After 6 years of cutting hair, I finally decided to create haircut tutorials. Let's lock in. Right now, I'm just about to take down the hair that's gonna be in a part of my taper. But I do want to talk about my system and the way that I do my system. So once I set in my ball line, I like to go in with the lever open and take that out before I do any other steps. Usually it changes if I've never cut somebody's hair before, I definitely change up my system. I'm using the comb to separate the hair that's braided and the hair that needs to be cut. That's like very important when you're cutting somebody's hair that got braids, because you don't want to cut into the braids, and he literally just got those done before he came into the shop. And then I like to clean up the taper area with the highest guard that I'm going to use whenever it's like some type of undercut. It just makes the blend a whole lot easier. And I'm just going to continue to go in here and take out the hair that's unnecessary. I'm going in with my ball line with my Stylecraft Flex trimmers. And I'm just trying to create that, like, not an exaggerated half a moon shape, but I wanted to have a little bit of arch to it so that the blend can look a little bit better. And then I'm going in with my lever open with a clipper to set up my second guideline. And right here is where I like to take out that bottom line first. Before I get into the rest of the fade or the taper, I like to take out the bottom line first, just because it makes it look so much cleaner. I took bits and pieces of a bunch of different YouTubers that I like watching when I first started cutting hair, and I just put a bunch of their stuff together. Like, I love the way that Game Changer cuts hair. I love the way that Dre cuts hair, Dre Clipper hair, the way that he does his tapers, his fades, his blends, his systems. I'm real big on Get Beam, the way that he do his lineups. So like, I just took a bunch of different people and I just took their systems and created my own. So I advise everybody that's, you know, beginning in the barber industry to take systems from other people and create your own. I'm just cleaning up a little bit with the number one closed, the one guard closed. I'm coming in with the zero guard now, and I'm just trying to like soften up that line to see what it does with the lever open. Yeah, I'm going to lever halfway closed, and then I'm gonna slowly go to the lever all the way closed and just simplify the taper, not try to do too much. And you can already see like the blend has already come together. I really didn't do much. I've only cut his hair a few times, so I'm still getting used to his pattern and his curl pattern and the way that the hair grows. So but this time it was pretty effortless with doing the blend. I just did my regular systems and it's already come out pretty good. I just got some detailing that I got to do. So over here on this side, I'm not gonna explain the same exact steps, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I do want to talk a little bit about my previous YouTube video. If you guys haven't got a chance to watch it, please go watch. I'll leave it in a link in the description. I'm really just talking about working with Dre, why I switched locations, and why, if you're not in the right location, you should switch. If you don't have an owner who is very interested and dialed in on making you a better barber, helping you reach your market, helping you make the money that you want to make. If you don't have an owner that is trying to help you do that, you need to switch locations. Because I've realized over the years of me having that type of owner, I've been very blessed to be able to make the money that I made. But if I didn't have that type of owner, I can only imagine not being like wanting to get out of the barber industry, because I wasn't making the money that I was making based off of one, location, and two, the owner not helping me. If I didn't have the owner helping me, I probably wouldn't even be cutting hair no more. I probably would have got my CDLs or something like that. So yeah, you guys go watch that video. I go in more into detail about my decision on moving, switching shops, and then also working with Dre. Man, dude is dope. He's an excellent teacher. It feels good to be able to have somebody with so much content experience, because now with creating my own content, he can kind of help me and guide me with things that I don't know about or things that I don't understand when it comes to creating content. I understand camera work, I understand angles, I understand all of that stuff because I do video work. I own a media business outside of cutting hair. So like the media part, I definitely understand that. The camera part, I understand that. But like what works and what doesn't work, he's been helping me like tremendously about that. So super thankful for Dre. But I also want to talk about, man, people who are thinking about going to barber school. It's been so many people that's coming to the shop that I previously heard like, oh, I've thought about going to school, or it came across my mind. Somebody the other day, I think just yesterday, was like, yeah, I actually bought a pair of clippers and everything. I just ended up not going. Bro, if you're thinking about going, don't hesitate. Like, I know it may seem like it's so much work because you don't have a 401k, or you got to work a full-time job while being in school full-time. I get all of that. And that was a concern that I had as well before going to barber school. It's so worth it. Like, the money that you can make in this industry is well beyond what the average person thinks that you can make with cutting hair. And I've seen it multiple times. I've seen people make so much money in this industry. So I just want everybody to, like, anybody who's thinking about going to barber school, bro, go, please. Like, and then you get to create your own schedule, man. Like the other day, I got to bring my son with me to work, and it wasn't even no reason. It wasn't that he wasn't feeling good, nothing like that. He just didn't want to go to school. Well, he didn't want to go to daycare. We just called the school to give him that, make him want to go more. But yeah, he didn't feel like going. And I was like, you know what? I'll take you with me today. And like being able to do that stuff, it really goes unnoticed sometimes, man. Like having that free range, or even like being able to just, if you have something going on, got to take your kids to school, you can adjust your schedule around your kids' lifestyle or your family's lifestyle. So like, bro, it's so much that comes with barbering. And then you don't got no dress code. Like you can come in. I mean, you can't wear crazy stuff, but like you can come into the shop, you can get fly. Like you ain't gotta wear suit and ties, or you ain't gotta wear a specific cut. Like, yeah, you ain't gotta do none of that, man. You could be yourself. And then you get to like be around other dope barbers. You get to be around people, if you pick the right location, to be around people who are driven and they want to go places. So like if you're thinking about going, please go. And if you are in school right now, please select the right location. The right location, I feel like where I was at before, the barbershop itself, the people that was in the barbershop were great people, but the location just wasn't it. And in my YouTube video, I explained that they ended up relocating, and I think that they're gonna do great where they're at. But I had already planned on moving by the time that they decided to make that move. But the location that I was at, it just wasn't a good location, man. So you have to make sure that you're going to the right location. That is extremely important. I'm about to go here and brushing down the hair real quick on the lineup. Just want to set the foundation before I get the lining up. His hairline is a little bit difficult. One side is a little bit longer than the other. I kind of have to do a little bit of a pushback to get it to where I want or where it's feasible for me. You can see the right side comes down a whole lot more than the left side does. So like it's definitely a difference in the left and the right side. So what I'm kind of gonna do is I'm just gonna leave it as natural as possible. Like at this point, I do want the lineup to be as straight as possible, but I want it to be natural as well. So I'm not gonna push it back too much. So before I set this lineup, I'm just gonna go in and do his back taper really quick. I wasn't gonna keep this in the video because his back taper was low-key difficult, and his hair grows down. As you can see, when I flick up, the hair looks like it's going straight up. When I comb it down, you can see the difference. So it's difficult for the back taper, but in barber school, you're gonna go through these things. When you get into the real world, you're gonna go through these things. So I'm like, you know what, why not? As you see here, I'm combing down that hair again, separating the braids so that I can make sure that I get a clean cut. get all that excess hair out. So I'm setting my ball line in with my barberless trimmer. I didn't want to set a harsh line back here because it's already going to be difficult enough to do the blend. And I'm going in with my lever open. As you still can see, like hair is a little bit difficult. I'm going in with the lever fully closed, taking out that bottom line. Now I'm going in with my level 1, my 1 guard open. And I'm following up with the 0 guard. And it's coming together, but it's just it's one of those difficult things. You'll see, I'm about to turn the clipper upside down in a minute. It'll be going against the grain, because technically right now I'm going with the grain. It's one of those difficult tapers, man. So here I'm going against the grain. It looks like I'm going with it, but I'm going against it because the hair grows upside down. But it ended up coming out pretty clean, man. I can't complain too much with the way that his hair grows. And I'm just doing some cleanup work with that 1 guard. Just trying to keep the fade, the taper consistent, and make sure that I get as much hair that's not braided as possible without cutting the actual braid. And then here, I know that I want the taper line to be real clean, so I'm just trying to get as much hair off of that bottom line as I possibly can, that bottom corner as I possibly can. And see, there's more hair left underneath the braid, so I'm just still trying to be consistent, bringing that hair down as much as I can. I definitely want to give a little bit of inspo to the people that's currently in school right now. Something that I didn't take advantage of when I was in school is messing people up, man. Go ahead and get that out the way. Mess people up, bro. You are going to have haircuts that you're not gonna like when you get into the barbershop. You rather have more of those in school than you do inside the barbershop. So I advise everybody who's in school right now, try to do as much as you can with getting those bad haircuts out the way. Getting those haircuts where you're not confident in, or you feel like you could have done better, but you end up taking so much more time on a cut because you're not as confident in the cut as you should be. So my advice to people in school right now, bro, just go ahead and get that out the way. Knock it out. Cut as much hair as you can. Don't run away from haircuts. Right now I just set in I locked in all the hairspray just so that I could have more of a clean line, because I am dealing with a more difficult type of hairline and hair texture. So I locked the spritz in. Now I'm going in with the Stylecraft trimmer, bro. I love these trimmers, bro. They so gas. It's the Sabers. Yeah, I'm going there with the trimmer, and you can see like the lineup comes out super clean when you put that hairspray on there. And I'm just trying to, figure out where I'm about to set these lines in at, because it is a little bit difficult. I don't want to take off too much hair. I know in that left corner over there, my left, his right, it is gonna be a little bit more difficult, and I could ghost it, but I'm gonna come back with enhancements anyway, so I'm not even gonna ghost line it. I would not want to ghost line somebody, put enhancements, and then when it comes out, they just got this super dumb light spot. Like, I'm trying to keep it as consistent as possible as I can all across the lineup. This was a little bit difficult for me because the camera was straight on. It was a little bit difficult for me to I couldn't stand in front of the camera. And then you're gonna see me detail the hairline now. Trying not to be too aggressive with the lineup, because if you press too hard, you will break that skin. especially with clippers that's really sharp. And he does have a widow's peak, so I'm gonna come back and clean that up here in a minute. I definitely need y'all input on the video, man. I need y'all input on the audio, because I know my first video, man, if y'all listen to my first video, that audio is so bad. Like, it sounded like I was underwater, bro. I can't believe that I uploaded that. But I'm leaving it up there because I know one day this YouTube channel is going to take off, and I'm going to be able to tell people, like, man, go back and look at my first video. Go listen to how it was when I first started. Go look at the camera quality. Go look at all of that, and you're going to see, like, you could start anywhere. And, you know, being a big motivation is something that I've been wanting to do since I was a little kid. I love inspiring people. I love lifting people up. I love to see people win. As long as everybody around me winning, I'm satisfied. This is important for me. It's for people to know that they are capable, they are able, and everybody got to start somewhere. I want to leave an impact wherever I go. And, you know, it's big for me to leave an impact. But leaving an impact where I go is important, man, because the biggest inspiration in my life, Jesus Christ, he left an impact everywhere that he went. And it was important for him to leave little messages for people. And he left little messages for you and I. And it's in his book. And, you know, sorry, the camera's shaking. I didn't realize that enhancement gun was going to do all that shake to the camera. But I want to be able to do the same. I want to lead by example. I want to do what it was that Jesus did. So anytime that I could sprinkle a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of guidance to somebody who is where I was, I don't ever want to leave guidance on something that I ain't do. Yeah, I hope that, you know, any words of encouragement that you guys hear in this video, that you take it and you actually use it, you apply it to your life. You don't just hear it and let it go in one ear and out the other. So right here, I'm just setting that line up around the ear. Man, when you use that clipper spray along with some sharp liners, as long as you don't press hard in the skin, bro, that lineup comes out so gas. Like, y'all really gotta set that spray in, man. Yeah, and then after you use the enhancement, if you just go back and you line over it, it just becomes so much more fire. Here I'm going over the other side of the ear, setting in that clean line. Now I'm just, you know, follow it all the way down, back into the back of the taper. So here I'm about to detail, right? I seen that there was a little bit of a line there at that like 1.5, 1 guard spot. You see I'm looking back at the mirror, because I use the mirror every single time that I cut. When I was in barber school, that was something that my instructor, Marilyn, she would emphasize, like, use that mirror, because the mirror is not gonna lie. So you see I'm getting that 1 guard, that spot out. I'm just detailing, moving the lever around, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. You know, I'm just trying to get as clean of a cut as I possibly can. You know, when you're new to cutting somebody's hair, you gotta try to be as precise as you can, especially when it's a difficult type of hair texture. You don't want to, you know, make the wrong move, or you don't want them to leave out the shop with a line in their head or looking crazy. So you always want to give them as clean as a cut as you can. I wish he would have let me do his beard. I mean, he ain't really got too much, but I could have made it look fire. But it's all good. And Dre, if you watching this, bro, you gotta let me get you right, gang. And here I reclined them a little bit just so I can have more of a clean, you know, precise line here. I'm doing a razor lineup. And I'm making sure that I stretch that skin so I don't cut them, because if you don't stretch that skin, it's gonna be real easy to. You're gonna make it so much harder on yourself. Man, that blend is so clean. And then doing the same thing, going across the lineup, just being consistent, not doing too much, just trying to clean up that excess hair, clean up any stubble that I'm leaving over. I would appreciate if you guys can watch the recent video. I know I keep saying it, but I need y'all to go ahead and watch that video, man. I appreciate y'all for sticking through this far. If you could like, subscribe, share this to your friends. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.